It's very warm up here. I don't know how warm you must be there, but if you see me squirming around, these chairs are very, very warm. We want to welcome you to the home of Matchroom Sport, the Matchroom Sport headquarters, a place that's incredibly important to us. And when we sat here just over a year ago thinking about what we were going to do during the pandemic, when everything was taken away from us that we love, live crowds, the energy, Sweet Caroline, big fight nights, big crowds at weigh-ins and press conferences, we decided to stage something very special here at the home of Matchroom Sport. We brought together an incredible concept of Fight Camp, which over a series of weeks provided a breath of fresh air, a much needed lift for sport in general, not just in boxing. It was an incredible event, so much action, so many opportunities, world championship fights. And we felt with this new game-changing DAZN deal that this was the place that we would launch this exciting new relationship. Just over a week ago now, we made the decision and the announcement that we would be leaving Sky Sports over more than 25 years and joining DAZN in the UK, and of course expanding our relationship globally. This is unquestionably the most exciting project we have ever been involved with as a business, and of course me personally, and of course the sport of boxing. This gives a massive opportunity for us as a company, but also for fans around the world. Incredible value being delivered on DAZN with an incredible international schedule, but also for our fighters, many of which are here today, who we want to thank a lot. We often get, well, we always get approaches from the managers, the lawyers, the trainers. We want this fight, we want more money. And we needed an investment from a broadcast partner that could give our fighters what they deserve. Not just in terms of the fights and the legacy, but also the financial rewards, which in this brutal sport is so important to make sure that they are rewarded every single time for the entertainment and the efforts that they put in. Not just that, but they're going to get the opportunity to fight all around the world as we expand this global relationship moving forward. Of course, we know already relationships with DAZN in the United Kingdom, in America, in Italy and Spain. Last week, a new partnership with Canelo Alvarez and Eddie Reynoso announced across Mexico as well. This is just the beginning of this incredible global journey with DAZN, who are truly the global home of boxing. We're going to talk to a number of fighters up here in due course. Of course, this kicks off on July 31st here at Fight Camp. Conor Benn, one of the most exciting young fighters in world boxing today, will put it all on the line once again against Adrian Granados. In week 2, every time we see a domestic world title fight, it's just so good for British boxing. Kid Galahad and Jazza Dickens, after their Fight of the Year contender a few years back, will battle for the IBF World Featherweight title. And one of the biggest young stars in world boxing, Joshua Buatsi, will take the huge step up against Ricard Bolotniks, the MTK Golden Contract winner, on August the 14th. All of those nights stacked with action, and we'll talk more on that shortly. Right now I'm going to pass over to James Rushton. James, very warm up here. It's been just over a week, an incredible period. I know all the analysis on the announcement was huge numbers, huge excitement, and ready to go now.
Yeah, thanks, Eddie. You're absolutely right. I mean, we've said it a couple of times already, but the game has definitely been changed by this announcement. I think the fans and the press realised that this wasn't just Matchroom moving broadcasters. This was an opportunity for Matchroom and DAZN to take boxing globally, but also in the UK to the next step. And obviously we're delighted to be here today to talk to the press and the fans about that. From a DAZN perspective, we've been investing in boxing for over 3 years now. We've got a great relationship in the US. We've got a great relationship in terms of the global platform. But myself and Joe and the rest of the team always felt there was something missing, and that was this relationship in the UK and Ireland, to have a global exclusive partnership with Matchroom, to be able to make investments in the fights, in the shows, and take the sport onto the next level. So delighted to be here.
Obviously as well, a major move for us as a business, moving away from, if you like, a traditional broadcaster to a huge streaming giant in DAZN as well, a way that many rights holders are moving right now, and you're seeing a real shift in the way people are digesting content.
Yeah, exactly. I think we talked about it in the press last week. The world has changed. It's not changing, it has changed. Streaming platforms are the way we're all consuming our sort of entertainment content now. I won't bore people with stats, but there's far more people in purchasing streaming platforms and streaming services than there are linear pay TV. That's the future of sport, that's the future of all entertainment. We're very proud of the fact that yourself and Matchroom Boxing and several other high profile rights holders around the world sharing DAZN's vision. and we're just excited to sort of get it on, and in particular prove to the fans that our investment, both in the US and in the UK and the rest of the shows we put on around the world, is all about the core values of DAZN, and that is making premium sport more accessible and more affordable.
And that's the key, isn't it? Affordable to fight fans. You know, I've been battling for a long time about particularly many pay-per-views where fight fans are spending more money across their subscription to watch high-quality shows and deep cards as well. And that's kind of like a clear message to fight fans here in terms of the value that DAZN will be delivering.
Yeah, exactly. DAZN is absolutely a value-based business. We can do things differently in DAZN, being a streaming platform, and we can therefore pass on some of those savings to the fans. And you'll see that, by the way, value doesn't mean lesser quality content or lesser quality shoulder programming or lesser quality production. You're going to talk about that up here later on. In fact, the far opposite. We're determined to not only deliver amazing shows, amazing content, have a high-class quality production, but do so at a price point that is far less than your traditional linear pay-TV subscription, and certainly cheaper than pay-per-view fighting.
Thank you, James. Joe Markowski, welcome. You're kind of like 3 years in the game now, of course, being across the US launch as well, and we've learned so much there in the US. This market has been a huge success for you already, with very limited number of shows through the launch of the global platform across DAZN UK, with Callum Smith, Canelo, and Ryan Garcia, Luke Campbell, and Canelo against Billy Joe, already in a tremendous position in terms of subscriber base as we start this journey.
Yeah, absolutely. And James spoke to our relationship with you that's built over 15 years back in the Perform days, and obviously more recently in the last 3. The final proof point I think we needed to justify this deal and to step in very confident as we are into the UK was the launch of that global platform back in December. The welcome we've had from British boxing fans, from Irish boxing fans, from the media here has been tremendous. I think it speaks to a lot of the excitement we have that fans are ready for change. They're ready for a new way to consume boxing, and they've opened their arms to us. So we're very confident as well as very excited to be, planting the DAZN flag properly in the UK, and we couldn't be, prouder to be stepping into that with Matchroom, a business that, as you say, we've got now a global relationship with, one that we're very committed to growing as we both expand around the world.
One thing I'm sure you'll find more about in terms of British fight fans, I'm sure you've seen it already, is their passion for boxing, their passion for the content, the cards, also the production as well, and the talent. And thank you, both of you, for giving Matchroom Media, our newly formed production and content business, the opportunity to run the live production. There will be a full announcement in terms of the talent that we'll be using later on this week. You know who they are. It's an incredible lineup, but also the money that's going to be invested across the production as well is key, because it's something that certainly live British fight fans are appreciative of.
Yeah, I think for us it's about delivering value. You'd say cradle to grave. James and I would probably say soup to nuts, but it's about the full experience that fans have in and around the DAZN product and the Matchroom product. That's not just live fights, it's the production. As you said a few times last week, British fight fans are almost as passionate about the quality of the production as they are about the quality of the matchmaking, the quality of the show. So we're going to invest in that. I also think for us, as we look at the full week and the full month of a subscriber's behaviour, serving them with high quality, innovative, original programming, that's definitely something that we're committed to investing in. That's off platform to raise the awareness of fights, but also on platform once we've acquired the subscriber, serving them with brilliant documentaries, brilliant features, all of the interviews, all of the opportunities you take to offer your opinion and the opinions of everyone else around the boxing game. So that, as well as the live events, there's adequate budget for that, there's a commitment to it, and there's a shared vision for it between us and Matchroom Media, so fans have got that to look forward to as well.
Obviously this is a major deal for DAZN and Matchroom as well, but just the start really of gearing up DAZN as what is really the unrivaled global home of boxing. Our partnership stemming across the UK and Ireland, United States, Mexico now of course with Canelo Alvarez, Italy, Spain, and plenty more markets to come as we look to expand this project globally.
And yeah, look, we've been in the trenches together for 3 years over in the US. COVID was a big challenge to the sports industry and to our business together. I think our position in the US is the strongest it's ever been. In Italy and Spain, we've got a growing relationship there. The announcement with Canelo Alvarez and Eddie Reynoso last week in Mexico, an immediate sort of signal of our intentions, I think, to go and plant the DAZN and Matchroom flag around the world, open up new markets, gives fans more content week in, week out, but also give your fighters more and more opportunities to chase their dreams and fight around the world. So yeah, plenty more to come, but very excited to be sat here today announcing this deal.
Well, thank you, Joe. Thank you, James, as well. And we're going to head back down shortly to Chris Lloyd and Darren Barker, who will no doubt be part of our big talent announcement later on this week. But exciting stuff, of course, the launch of the Zone and Matchroom's new UK and Ireland relationship as we expand globally at an impressive rate. We're going to have the fighters up here shortly. For now, back to the gentlemen.